There we go. Now, the 12-week year, very important book. The 12-week year is going to be more about your business, and Just Jones is all about perspective, which we really need right now.
Oh, yeah.
I know I do. Holy cow. All right, talk to me, guys. Tell me something good. You got it, Michael. My pleasure.
Hi, good morning.
Hello, Lorena.
I have something good that I want to share.
Yes.
Yes. Yesterday, you found an apartment for my friend that she liked. It was the first one we saw, and we're making an offer today. So it was incredible. She liked the first one. So we saw a few more, but she's already in.
Love it.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who's next, guys? Tell me something good. It's Friday, right? I think it's Friday. If it's not Friday, somebody tell me.
Hi, John. It's Carol.
Hi, Carol.
From Chicago. By the end of the day, I would have my 4th contract under contract.
Wow.
In 1 week.
Wow. In 1 week. That's exciting, Carol.
And I still have 1 serial buyer.
There you go. So you've been busy getting these individuals under contract. Are they all buyers?
No, 2 buyers, 2 sellers.
Cool. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How's lead generation been during this process that you're getting these buyers and sellers under contract?
John, I must admit, I have not been making calls.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm realizing that the business, I'm doing a lot of marketing and 36 touch, just not making the calls. I'm really beginning to feel that a lot of the success is coming from the market and not from my personal work. So I need to get busy.
Yeah, and don't be too hard on yourself, Carol. The purpose of my question was not to take away the celebration that you should have. By the way, guys, if you're in a noisy, sounds like somebody's making breakfast. If you're making breakfast, just make sure you bring some over to me, okay? 3077 Northwest 123rd Avenue, Coral Springs. And Carol, it was not meant to take away your joy or your celebration. I asked the question because I knew the answer was going to be the answer. We all do that. We take our foot off the gas when we get busy.
Yes. So.
And yeah. And I'm a coach. So as a coach, I'm just here to remind you that your number one job every day is lead generation. No matter how busy you are, your number one job every day is lead generation. Until that is done, everything else is a distraction.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, guys, it's Friday, which means it's Scripts Friday. And I don't know if you guys are paying attention to the script off that Keller Williams is having, or if you've been connecting and getting on KW Connect and watching the script offs and voting. But I got on this morning and I looked at a couple of the videos, and this is really cool stuff. It's fun. So real quick, just because I want you to know where to go to get this. And don't make fun of me for all the windows that I have open. That's just who I am. So you go to KW Connect. And in KW Connect, you're going to go to training. If you go over here in the search bar and just click on that little, what is that thing called? Whatever it is. And you type in script off, you're going to find this. This is really cool stuff. So I'm gonna hit stop share because I forgot to hit share sound because I just want to share a little bit of this with you. There we go. And then we're gonna jump into our scripts. Fast forward.
Okay, everyone at home, now it is going to be your turn. Just to remind you, here's how this works. I am going to release case. We're dealing with a seller, okay? And the seller says to you, I'm going to play that part. Jason, I like you. I like everything that you say. This all makes sense to me. But we need to fix our home up before we sell it. It's going to be quite some time for us.
You know, after all, that does make a lot of sense, Jason. You want to get the most money for your home possible. So fixing up your home makes a lot of sense. Now, the question I have for you is, do you know exactly who you're fixing up your home for? Let me explain.
Great question. Great question. And what I like is he immediately got to a question versus selling and telling. You've got 30 seconds to keep their attention. And what's the purpose of the conversation for those of you who have been coaching with me for the last 8 months? What's the purpose of the conversation?
Set an appointment.
Get an appointment. It's it, period, the end. All I need to do is ask the right questions in order to create curiosity. Remember, people will never change their mind. In other words, I'm going to wait until after I fixed my home. Now, they're not going to change their mind, but what they will do is make a new decision based on new information. I'll keep listening.
I'm the kind of agent that doesn't just work with sellers, but I work with sellers and buyers, which means I'm out showing property every single week to these buyer clients, and I know exactly what they're looking for in a home. So here's what I'd like to do. Let's meet. I'll come over for 10 minutes, and I can look at that list that you have said you're going to do to fix things up, and I'll let you know exactly what a buyer would want to do to that house, so you can save money and at the same time make sure that every dollar you spend is going to get you the most money for your home. How's this Friday afternoon sound for you, Jason? And I'll swing on by.
I love it. Break script. Friday sounds good to me. Jason, I appreciate you getting it really clear that there's a difference between buyers and sellers, and maybe taking on these things without knowing who the buyer is may be a mistake. I really like it.
Maybe a mistake. What does that mean? What is he doing by pointing out a potential mistake that they could be making?
Create doubt.
Create doubt. Create doubt. Putting them in harm's way. Taking, whoever just said that, 100%. Taking them to future pain, future negative pain. Elsa Rosenberg is on the call. Elsa, so good to see you.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. So for those of you who have not been tuning in to the script off, it's every week on KW Connect. There's another opportunity for you to learn great scripts and to be a part of a fun and exciting activity. So let's jump right in, and I'm going to start sharing scripts with you. And like I always do, I did my morning preparation, and all I have is an outline here, and my hallucination is in the next 20 minutes, I'm going to share approximately 20 to 25 scripts with you. Now, stop me at any time, ask a question. This is your call, not my call. All right, so scripts to success in real estate: get your unfair share of listings taken. And I'm going to focus a lot on listings taken because that's a challenge for all of us right now. That's a challenge for the market. And one of the things that I hear over and over again is, I can't close more deals if there's not inventory. In other words, inventory is keeping me from hitting my goals. So my response to that would be, then change the way you look at things and stop focusing on buyers, start focusing on sellers. And rather than waiting for inventory, go create it. Simple enough. All right, circle prospecting. Circle prospecting around solds. Good morning, this is John Dietz, Keller Williams Realty. Thank you for taking my call. The reason I'm calling today is because a home in your neighborhood just sold, which is great news. Our challenge now is there are still buyers who are looking for great homes like yours. And I was just curious, who do you know that might be thinking of selling their home? Circle prospecting around just listed. Good morning, this is John Dietz, Keller Williams Realty. Thank you for taking my call. The reason for my call is I just listed a home in your neighborhood, which is super exciting. It's right around the corner from you. It's a 322 with a pool. The asking price is $350,000. And I'm reaching out to everyone in the neighborhood because that's what I do for my sellers. After all, that's what you would want me to do if you were to hire me. isn't it? And I'm calling to see, who do you know that might be looking to buy a home in your neighborhood? Now, the bomb that I dropped is, this is what I do for my sellers. That's the purpose of the call. I want the message that they hear is, if I were to list my home, would I want to hire somebody who is aggressive and proactive, who's going to look for buyers for my property, or just sit back and wait for their phone to ring? All right. Calling around an open house. So good morning, Carol. This is John Dietz, Keller Williams Realty. The reason for my call today is I'm holding a property open in your neighborhood this coming weekend. And the seller asked me if I would call all the neighbors and invite them over to see their home. And I'm calling you to let you know I'm having an open house on Sunday between 1 and 3, and I would love if you could pop by and visit.
Wow,
Again, what's the message?
You're active.
Yep. Elsa, if you were going to list your home, would you want to hire a real estate agent like me?
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Open house scripts. So Michael walks in the door. The moment the person walks in the door, good afternoon, my name is John Dietz. Thank you for visiting my open house. I'd like to take just a few moments to share information about the property with you, and then I'll leave you alone to look at the property. Before you leave, I'm going to ask you to sign in for me. And oh, by the way, is your home on the market? Now, I'm assuming if somebody's looking at my open house that they have a property they need to sell. So I'm just going to ask them, is your home for sale? Is your home on the market? What do you think I'm going to hear most of the time?
No.
No.
That's it.
Yeah, so I'd love to pop by and share some information with you on the market, give you an idea of what your home would sell for in today's market. And if you're going to list your home, I'd certainly love to apply for the job. 60% of homeowners will visit an open house before they put their home on the market, which means next time you do an open house, I want you to tell yourself that 6 out of 10 people that are coming through the door don't have their home on the market yet, and they're going to be listing their property in the next 6 months. I've never worked with a buyer in my career. I've sold over 100 homes a year for 10 years, and I've never worked with a buyer, but I did open houses every week. And the reason I did open houses is to look for listings. All right. RAS script, reticular activator system. So when you buy a car, the next thing you know, everybody that's driving down the street is driving the same car as you are. That's your RAS. And when you talk with somebody about real estate, you're activating their RAS. In other words, if I'm sitting at your listing table, part of the conversation is, now that you're selling your home, you're going to come in contact with people who are looking to buy a home and looking to sell a home. It's called the reticular activator system. And because you are consciously aware of the fact that you are selling your home, you are going to attract other people who are looking to buy and sell. And my one ask is, if I'm meeting your goals and exceeding your expectations, when you talk to somebody who's thinking of buying or selling, would you refer them to me?
Yes.
Great buyer script. So I'm talking to a for sale by owner. What does a great buyer look like to you? You guys know this. We've gone over this many, many times. The for sale by owner is simply going to say somebody who can afford my home. Cool. Can I share with you what a great buyer looks like to me? You know, one of the scripts, or one of the objections that was on KW Connect script off was, give me a second. Oh, I knew I had it here. I worked with a realtor and had a bad experience. Right? That's a for sale by owner. That's one of the reasons why sellers sell their home by owners. Matter of fact, one of the questions that we ask a for sale by owner is, Most for sale by owners are selling their home by owner in order to save on the fee. Is that why you're selling your home by owner? Now, we can either hear, yes, that's the reason, which the response is, of course, that makes sense. And I know when we spoke on the phone, you shared with me that if I were to bring you a buyer, you would pay me 3%. So the difference between selling your home by owner and hiring a professional like me is just 3%, not 6%. Wouldn't you agree? Now, if I could show you how I could sell your home for more money in less time, would you be interested in seeing how I could do that? Now, what if their response to most for sale by owners are selling their home by owner in order to save on the fee? Is that the reason you're selling your home by owner? And you hear, no. The reason I'm selling by owner is because I tried to list my home with a real estate agent before and I had a really bad experience. Well, then your response to that immediately is, of course, I understand. And would you agree that not all real estate agents are created equal? They have to say yes to that. If they don't, the follow-up is, if all real estate agents were created equal, then they would all be selling exactly the same number of homes every year. And we know that's not true. Now, let me ask you a question. What does a great buyer look like? Tom Hopkins calls this changing their base. And they're going to give you the response, somebody who could afford my home. Cool. Can I share with you what a great buyer looks like to me? Yes. A great buyer is someone who sold their home yesterday. They need to buy a home to move into in the next 30 days. Or a great buyer is somebody who's in town for the weekend to buy a home. Now, if you were that buyer, are you out driving around looking at for sale by owners? Or are you working with a real estate agent like me? Now, the response is, I'm working with a real estate agent like you. And your response to that is, of course, that makes sense. Now, if you were the real estate agent who had that buyer, are you driving them around showing them for sale by owners? Or are you showing them properties that are listed with a professional like me? Well, I'm showing them homes that are listed with a professional. Of course, again, that makes sense. Now, here's my last question. If you're not attracting one of the buyers that we just described, who are you attracting? The answer to that is everybody else. And the follow-up to that is, if I could show you how I could sell your home for more money and less time, how I could help you attract one of the best buyers that are on the market, would you be interested in seeing how I could do that? What if not all real estate agents are created equal? What if I'm the right real estate agent for the job and you choose not to meet with me? And 6 months from now, your home is still for sale. And in the meantime, you find out that I could have sold your home. I would have sold your home. Matter of fact, I sold your neighbor's home and I could have been yours, and yet you're still in your home. How would you feel about that? Future negative. Pain. Harm's way question. Too many times, and I'm watching these videos and every single one of them did a great job. I was so proud of every single one on this call. But yet what most of them had in common is they're selling and telling versus asking the right questions. The purpose of the conversation is to get an appointment. The way we get an appointment is by helping them discover new information so they can make a new decision. And you're never going to do that by selling and telling. You're only going to do that by asking great questions. All right, next script. Watch script. John, how could you sell my home for more money? Great question. Let's pretend for a moment, Paige, that you and I are going to go shopping. We're looking for a watch and we have a budget of $300. We go to Dillard's and we find exactly the watch we're looking for. It's in our budget and we buy it. Now we go home and we decide we don't like the watch. So we're going to return it, except we can't return it. So we're going to sell it in our garage sale the next day. Are we going to get $300 for the watch?
Not likely.
Okay, why not?
Because I'm selling by owner in garage sale.
Yeah, good job, Paige. Absolutely. So what if it's not that easy? What if we have to help them? No, you did great. What if we have to help them come to that to discovering that? What if, here's how we do it. So when we went to Dillard's, Page, and we were buying the watch, we were buying it from a professional in a professional environment, correct?
Yes.
And Dillard's is attracting people who expect to pay retail.
Yes.
The garage sale is attracting people who are looking for a
bargain.
A deal.
Bargain.
Yeah.
A bargain. Yeah.
And at Dillard's, the watch was being sold by a professional. And at the garage sale, the watch was being sold by the owner.
Yeah.
Remember, is a script. Pause. Let them self-discover new information so they can make a new decision. Okay, expired listings. You know, Elsa, in my experience, there's 3 reasons that a home doesn't sell that should have sold like yours. And those 3 reasons are either price, presentation, or marketing. Now, just out of curiosity, which of those 3 do you believe is the reason your home didn't sell?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think it's the right price.
Could be. And when I come over to look at your home, it'll only take me 15 minutes. Not only could I potentially bring you an offer and help you sell so you can move to blank by blank, I could also share with you why your home didn't sell.
Can you not just tell by the picture that I put on the internet?
Oh, your pictures are absolutely beautiful. I mean, that's why I'm calling you. However, have you ever bought a property just by looking at the pictures?
Well, I guess it's difficult.
Yeah, me neither. So I need to see your home in order to be able to attract the right buyer and in order to be able to share with you why I feel your home didn't sell. So would tomorrow at 4 o'clock work, or would 5 be better for you?
4.
Cool. Now, my home was on the MLS. Why didn't you show it? Well, quite honestly, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, the reason I didn't show your home is because I didn't know it was for sale. Can I explain? You see, if you were to hire me, not only would I put your home on the MLS, I would also call all of the top agents in the area and I would let them know your home is for sale. I would have a broker's open and attract all of the top agents. And quite honestly, your real estate agent never called me. Flat fee listings, 1% brokers. So you know, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, it has to be a win-win or no deal with me. Can I explain? You see, if I were to charge a flat fee in order to put your home on the market, or if I only charged 1% to put your home on the market, and your home never sold, however, I'm still getting calls because I've got your property listed. And those buyers are calling me and I'm using your listing to sell somebody else's property. Now that's a win-lose. And by the way, you're the one who lost. How do you feel about that? So price only matters in the absence of value. And if you're asking $500,000 for your home, and I'm able to get your home sold in less than 30 days for $500,000, and yet my fee is 2% more than a limited service discount agent. Script, throw the competition under the bus, script. And my commission is 2% more, because that's what it is, guys. The difference between a 1% commission and hiring me is only 2%, because they're still going to pay 3% to the buyer's agent. So these companies that are advertising 1% listings, it's really 4%. 3% to the buyer's agent, seller agent takes 1. So the difference is just 2%. Now, if I was able to sell your home for full price in less than 30 days, Are you making less money with me or more money with me than you would with that limited service discount agent if it took them 90 days to sell your home and you ended up selling for 90% of the asking price?
Because it needs fixed.
How much are you paying me if your home doesn't sell? Nothing. How much are you saving with that 1% agent if your home never sells? The only answer to that is nothing.
We have the holding cost.
You're losing money. Now, how much money does it cost you every 30 days not to sell your home? Can I explain? So you've got your mortgage, taxes, insurance, HOA fees. Let's just say it's $4,000 a month. So 90 days from now, you've paid $12,000 not to sell your home. How do you feel about that? Holiday script. I'm going to wait until after the holidays. You know, that makes sense. And if you're thinking of waiting until after the holidays, is it possible that other homeowners are thinking of waiting until after the holidays as well? Is it possible that there's going to be a lot more inventory in January and February because everybody's waiting? Now, would you rather have your home on the market when there's less competition like there is right now? Or would you rather have your home on the market when there's more competition like there will be in January and February? Now, in the meantime, if the market shifts and the values drop between now and January and February, would you regret waiting until after the holidays? If the interest rates go up by 1%, how does that affect affordability? If fewer buyers can afford to purchase your home, is there a possibility that it'll sell for less money if you wait versus putting it on the market right now? Borrowing buyers from the future. It's 8:59. I'm going to close with this. Let me explain what that means. We're in a seller's market. There's very little inventory. And there are buyers who are buying now that we're not going to buy until March, April, May of next year. However, they're buying now because interest rates are super low. And they're taking advantage of the fact that interest rates are low. So they're buying now versus waiting until April or May, which was their plan to begin with. Which means if we're borrowing buyers from the future, there's going to be fewer buyers in March and April. So by waiting, you've got a smaller pond that you're fishing in. There's less of a chance that you're going to catch a fish. Do you still want to wait? All right, believe it or not, guys, that's it. It's 9 o'clock. I hope that I delivered the 20 to 30 scripts that I told you I was going to. I hope you got value. I hope you're able to use these scripts in order to go out and get more listings. Go get your unfair share. Stop thinking about fair share. Huh, what's that? Don't have any limited thoughts around listing inventory. Don't allow yourself to think there's 40 million real estate agents in South Florida and there's only X number of properties being listed every month. Therefore, I can't hit my goals. That's complete BS. Sorry. I know Mo Anderson is going to find me for that. Go get your unfair share.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, John.
Thanks,
Okay.
John. Have a
Guys,
great weekend.
Did you get value? Is that good?
Yes.
Yes.
Always.
Okay. Okay. Give me a couple ahas and we're going to say goodbye.
I mean, there are so many great questions in these scripts. The questions will lead you to getting an appointment.
Yeah. Good job,
I
Eddie.
think that when you master the script, it looks so natural.
Yeah.
For sure.
You definitely need to feel, as the other person, you need to don't feel the script, to just feel natural.
Yes, Elsa. That's perfect. That's a great one to end on. James Shaw was sharing in his call yesterday that somebody had said they hate scripts. My response to that was, I hate scripts is a script. It's just a script for mediocre realtors. When you internalize the language of real estate, it becomes a conversation and not a script.
Please enter your password.
Whoever that is, enter your password. Okay. Time to get to work. Let's work. By the way, this is a script.
Yep.
This is how
It's a good script. We
every
get
single
to
call.
hear that.
Yes, I am brainwashing you, Anna. I've said this before, and I'm not afraid to say it. I am absolutely brainwashing you to do the right thing. So what is work? Work is 20 conversations, not 17, not 18, not 19, because when you have 17 conversations and you settle for 17 because it's close enough, you don't have the 18th conversation. Now, the 18th conversation could have been $1 million listing that you didn't get, and you're never going to know you didn't get it because you didn't make the call. The purpose of making calls is to have care calls, not sales calls. Lead with gratitude, bring value to every conversation. And with every conversation, focus on either getting an appointment, getting a referral, or adding somebody to your database. Find somebody today who's thinking of buying a home or selling a home. Get face-to-face with them. Whether it's 30 months from now, 6 months from now, or a year from now, doesn't matter. All leads are great leads. Follow up forever in order to create emotional proximity. And because you're going to follow up forever and you reject rejection, because no is not a word that lives in your vocabulary, you have 250 individuals that you're following up with. You have 250 people that you're creating emotional proximity with. And because you reject rejection, eventually you're going to present them with new information and you're going to get, come list my house. Success. All right, everybody, make it a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks, John. You too. Thank you.
My pleasure. See everybody Monday.
Thank you.
Monday morning.
You got it.
Thanks, Josh.